Hey Commanders, welcome to Cincycon. So I'm playing Scott here around 1 in Command and Control 2. So we are playing on a 4x4, 3 objectives across the middle of the table like standard Command and Control, critical locations on the backboards just like normal. We've got a foot strip at the table on the side here that are forest. That's the big difference. And then the critical locations are surrounded by barricades. So right now we're looking at about 6 players. We've got Aaron, Jordan, John, and Don. We have a Shaltari army, 2 resistance, 2 scourge, and my lonely PHR. Go over my army list, and then we'll get ready for round 1. So I'm playing just about 1,500 points here. I have a level 4 Nemesis in a Poseidon. Then I have 2 Menchants, 2 Ares, and 2 Phobos in a Poseidon. Then I have 2 Phobos in a Neptune and a Hades in a Poseidon. Then I have 1 infantry group with 4 stands of Immortals and a pair of Tritons. And then an identical infantry group of 4 Immortals and 2 Tritons. And that is the entire list, 5 battle groups. CV4, we'll see how it works out. We'll come back after round 1. All right, we've got turn 1 in the books. Basic deployment. I put a pair of Phobos back here because he put his Prowlers here. They're going to try to make a move for that objective. I'm going to try to stop them. He's deployed his Stalkers and his Ravagers. Is that? Yeah, Stalkers and Ravagers. I can never remember names. Back here, they infiltrated in. He has 6 stands of warriors and 2 stands of destroyers ready to enter this building against my 4 stands of immortals that are rethinking their life choices. We both have our critical locations held at this moment. He has 2 stands of warriors here against 4 stands of immortals. Sitting in this Poseidon, I have my 2 Phobos, my 2 Menchants, and my 2 Ares that have not yet deployed. And then this, I have my Hades that isn't out yet. His spoiler is also still full of 6 Hunters and 3 Reapers. So, come back after turn 2 and see what happened. So we've wrapped up turn 2 and nothing's dead. Literally, nothing. My Hades has damage on it. Highlights of the turn might include things like all of his infantry in this building. 2 Menchants, 16 shots, 5 up, 4 hits. Not a bad roll, quarter of them hit. 2 ups to damage, all 1s. All 1s. Same situation over here. We had a Nemesis hit 3 out of 5 of his shots because we may have an altered Nemesis here. Not talking about beta rules, but might be talking about beta rules. Anyways, 3 hits, 3 ups, nothing. So my dice are definitely the MVP of the Scourge army today. What we've got over here is me in control of this, getting ready to search next turn, 2 stands of warriors heckling. Firm control of the Scourge here. All of his infantry in here, so much so I put my Immortals outside the building behind a barricade just because I didn't think it was worth losing them. He's dumped his bulk of AA and AT over here. The way my dice are treating me, that's bad. And the Stalker pack came up here and inflicted some damage. The Ravager pack popped around the back to try to get after the Poseidon, but nothing happened. That's it for turn 2. We'll come back after 3. Right now we're looking at a 2-1 game. Scourge is leading. We've completed turn 3, and finally my dice stopped screwing me over. The Scourge have suffered some losses, but not where it matters most. They have 1 objective off board. Their Prowler pack managed to get in here, seize this objective, and run it off the board on the back side. They dodged around my AA, which I foolishly moved over here trying to hunt the thing down. Failed to get. I rallied a bit, popped 3 of their Hunters and 1 of their Reapers. They took out 1 of my Phobos in trade. I did cook a bunch of their infantry finally, but they found the objective, threw it on this transport, and it's really going to come down to turn 4 initiative to see if this game can be maintained.
Did you damage one of those?
Right now, I've taken this objective here, and I'm about to rout what remaining infantry he has. I'm running off the backboard. Currently, he's sitting at 5 points. I'm sitting at 3, so it's a 2-point lead. We'll see if we can dislodge anything or move anything off in turn 4. So we're wrapping the game up at turn 4. what have we got? We've got a lot of dead Scourge over here. A total of 418 points dead. I have a total of 105 lost there to the Scourge. I managed to get this objective off the back board. He's got 2 objectives off. We both held our critical locations. So that brings the final score to 7 to 5, which is a 12-8 tournament win for Scott. Scott, you won your first round. First tournament game. Beat me. Don't get cocky, kid. So that is it for round 1 of the tournament. Almost took out the Hades. He was gunning for it, but he didn't get it. So come back round 2 after I know who my opponent is. We'll see what's going on. We'll see. We'll follow Scott's conquests through the day. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Hey, Commanders. We're going into round 2, and we're playing Take and Extract 2. We're looking at 4 forests, each with an objective and a critical location in the center. There's the table. My opponent is a tunnel troll, drill humping resistance player you may recognize. Jordan. Long time no see. So we're going to get a delightful game of PHR versus resistance in, and we're going to turn by turn it. So we'll come back after turn 1. Turn 1's over, so as I forgot to mention in the beginning, we're playing with Vanguard deployment. That means only armor and HQ is coming out turn 1. Infantry will come in turn 2. Special groups come in turn 3. My Phobos here deployed. My Phobos here deployed. My Biggins are still on their Poseidons. Pizarro's moved up towards a critical location, but is still just out of range. The Thunderstorm is on, and we have some gun wagons and some Krakens. What's on the Lift Hawk?
Zukovs.
Zukovs are on the Lift Hawk. All right, turn 2 should hopefully be more interesting. All right, we got turn 2 wrapped up. Lift Hawk over here got popped, took a Zukov with it when it crashed. The other one rolled along, took a shot from Nemesis, got finished off by the Hades in big fashion. Jordan's up on the critical location though, so he would have scored that, making it a 1-0 game for the Resistance right now. He's got infantry in his back objective. I've got infantry in both of my side objectives here. We're just trundling up the board, moving into turn 3. The rest of his army will be available to him then. Turn 3's wrapped up. Not a lot of stuff's been wiped out. I got the other Zukov off the table. Some damage has been done to the Hades and the Thunderstorm. Moving around this side. Marine Force Recon and Veterans are moving on my objective back here. I'm moving to reinforce as well. That's really about it. We're just going to see what kind of happens. I need to get on the critical location and dislodge, and he needs to start clearing me out. We'll be back after 4. Turn 4 is wrapped up. So my Hades is dead. Between the Pizarro and Thunderstorm beating on it, it is gone. This forest has got a ton of damage on it, and we forgot to roll the flame on that again.
Go ahead and roll it.
We're going to roll it right now on film. So I've got 6 tokens in there.
Yes.
So it gains another 1.
5. Should have been 6?
No, 5 is right.
How many DPs?
One of those 2's missed, and there's a 1, so take 1 away, but add 1 back, so it stays 5. So, 2, 4, 6, 10 damage total on it.
That's actually not supposed to be that.
Oh, then I'd like to register.
And it gained a token, so it'll stay at 5 because it lost a token.
So we're at 27. It's got 3
This one I
damage.
Dave built for display at Jack.
Mention's doing work.
I wasn't about to open it anyway, so I just
Okay. So back here, we've got Resistance still controlling it, but I'm getting ready to bring my blob up here to kind of seize control for the last turn. I have this objective, and it's in this Triton full of Immortals. It's going to come down to an initiative roll to see if I can get out of here. I have 6 stands of Immortals in here against 4 stands of Recon. I'm sorry, 4 stands of Veterans and 2 stands of Recon. The Immortals probably aren't going to last, but it's going to keep you busy. A backboard objective is almost gone, so it really comes down to if I can get this off board and then seize this for a turn, that'll put me in the lead.
Make it 6 because there's a die on it.
Because right now you have 3 points plus 2 is 5. I will have 4 if I get that. Seize that for a turn, that'll put me at 5. That'll tie us. I need to hold it for 2 turns. So let's get on with it into turn 5 and see what happens. Turn 5's in the books. So Nemesis and Hades are both off the table. This pretty much wraps the game. It's just a matter of finishing up some kill points. Jordan's going to continue to hold the critical location. His Thunderstorm has 1 damage point left on it, so it's a matter of whether or not I can take it out. If I can, At least it'll bring me a little closer on kill points, but we'll see. What happened was he drove that battle bus up full of resistance fighters, and in a horrible mood, he just he unloaded every RPG on every resistance fighter in that battle bus into my nemesis, culminating in a pair of energy 13 and 1 energy 11 shots against it that after getting hit from the thunderstorm, it just could not weather, took it off the board. So we've got 1 turn left. We're going to play it out just to see kill points, but right now he has 1 objective and 4 turns on the critical location, putting him at 5. I have 2 objectives putting me at 4, and we still didn't roll to see if that forest went away again.
It's more dramatic on camera.
It is, isn't it? If I can keep the camera straight. 6 dice. Excuse me for coughing at everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to add a flame token and 4 damage.
Well, also,
Yep, so that forest and objective burns to a cinder.
that lights this forest on fire.
Yes, and it spreads over to their board and burns his scourge alive. That's how it works. All right, so we're going to wrap up turn 6. We'll come back to post-game and then move on. So after 6, the resistance held the critical location. The game itself ended up being a 7-4 game. A slight kill point swing for the resistance makes the tournament scoring of it 14-6, and a pretty good win for Jordan. And that's really it. That's to talk about. You got anything to say?
What do you have to say for yourself, sir? What do you have to say?
You're happy with your stinking little rocket launchers, aren't you? I knew I hated those things for a reason. All right. Well, I'll probably be. Hey, Don, did you win? Did you get curb stomped? So I'll probably be facing Don on top table into round 3 for the premier game, and maybe I'll get a win today. All right. Well, we'll be back when we do that. Round 3, survey and control. Yes, that's my extraction point. Survey and control 2. Jordan's stealing my extraction point. Kicks me to the bottom table and thinks he can take my stuff. I tell you, he's a punk. So, intel. 6's turned them into objectives. My opponent here on the alternative top table is Donald. And we are both tired and already talked about taking a draw and just going to bed. But we'll play because we're hardcore. All right, we'll be back after turn 1. Round 1's over, basic deployment. My Hades popped out, managed to get a shot on the thunderstorm, put a couple damage on it. Otherwise, just basic deployment across the backboard. Everyone's going after their intel. Nothing exciting to report. We'll be back after turn 2. Okay, we've wrapped up turn 2. So, Don's had a couple of objectives explode on him in the backboard. He also found an objective, which is loaded on his Strike Hawk here. His extraction point is over here. I also found an objective in this structure, which is loaded on my Triton. My extraction point is there. As it stands right now, he has 3 points. I have 2, but I am in control of the comm building, which means I am effectively command value 6 going into turn 3. So we will go from there. Wrap it up turn 3. We have a thunderstorm that is almost dead. Don, where are you sitting at point-wise? 3, 4. I have caught up to 3. I have an objective because my Triton got shot down by Archangels. So I have an objective out in the open. This Triton's come over to pick them up. I'm down a Phobos and a couple of other things. Squad of infantry from these insane attack ATVs. These things are monsters. Still a tight game. Going into turn 4, we're at the halfway point. I'd say it's still anybody's game, so we'll see what happens. All right. Damn thunderstorms. Rolled out and one-shotted my nemesis because lame. I hope you're happy with yourself. So with that went my awesome command value 6 that I had, so I'm back down to a 3, but no sphere of influence. Thunderstorm's back here. Their objective is over here. Damn, Archangels came in and shot down my transport again. So I am in a world of hurt right now. So, we're going into turn 5. Yeah, we're going in 5, right?
Yes.
So, we'll see how this pans out. All right, 5 is over. Sun is setting on the PHR. I still can't kill this damn thunderstorm. It's got 1 damage left on it. My Hades has got a damage left on it. He popped my last Phobos over here. He called in a strafing run with a pair of Archangels to take out a single base of Immortals. He's a monster. He says he's playing Allied, but he's acting more like Cincycon. If he doesn't get his way, he's just going to nuke the whole map. So, we're going to finish up here turn 6. I've got 3 activations. This is going to go quick, and we'll just see what the final is. All right, so it wraps up on turn 6. Don had a lot of kills, but it was only actually a 200-point kill swing. But the final score, tournament-wise, ends up being 15-5. Don wins. So I am perfect on the day with no wins. That's what happened last time I came to Cincycon. I got to stop coming to this convention. Don,
Yes.
how does it feel to know your only win came in curb stomping me?
It didn't really curb stomp you. It was a pretty close game still.
It was pretty close to about turn 4 when the dice just said, nope,
Yep.
it's done.
It didn't help that I absorbed a billion shots on my ATV. So
Oh my God.
spent so many turns trying to kill them.
I hate those things. Scott, how did you end up with Jordan?
Jordan hurt me pretty good.
What was the final score?
What you set out to accomplish?
13-7 and I 2-point kill streak.
15-7. No, 15-7 is not possible. 15-5. Jordan. 15-7 is not possible. It'd be 15-5.
13-7.
Oh. No.
Yes.
13-7.
Plus minus.
Kill points takes him down to?
Yes. Because it's a 20-point sliding scale.
We don't have to tell him that.
He'll probably figure it out when math.
This is what happens when you let booth babes try to TO.
I know, he got distracted by the.
Yeah, I know. This
steam
is still a lot of
pump over there.
confidence, Jordan, when you got half of everything today.
All right, guys, we'll come back and get final rankings, and then we'll wrap this up for the day.
There's nothing like getting bigger. I wanted to do 8. We didn't get 8, but we at least got 5.
We ran 3 out of 4 games.
Yeah, right.
6 players. 6 players is 6 players.
If we can get a little bit bigger next year, that would be fine. One of the Flames guys that was supposed to play said that he's going to actually try and come next year. So hopefully with version 2 out by then, we'll get a few more players coming. With some of the other ones. So the depressing news is if we go by actual score, I won this, but I can't. Congratulations, though.
Good job, John.
Don't feel bad.
Winning the popular vote,
Way,
not the
way to be a terrible ringer.
Exactly. Way to be a terrible winger. Aaron had the most after me and the most kill points. Yes.
My strategy was to come in. It was to kill a lot of stuff. I feel like I accomplished that. I feel pleased with the performance. I just want to thank my Jelly Overlord. He's
So we
thank
had
you for all the games.
we had Scourge place first. You want to come and pick a blister? So we got Fauna, Bits, and UC.
I would like.
So just barely. Just barely. Something's got to be something there.
Had Derek come in second, so that's not.
No, Derek should not come in second. Derek should be firmly in worst place.
Something that
Actually, I probably still came in last week.
yeah. So you should yeah, you're 1 point behind. The program didn't run math correctly. Sorry. I don't know what happened there, but the program didn't run correctly. So Second place is Jordan with his resistance.
Boo. I mean, yay. Yay.
So if you want to pick up a blister or something.
The alternate sculpt for the Condor does fit with the Eagle gunship bits.
He's got like 5 of them probably.
I have 1 or 2.
Scott came in third.
Really?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That's okay for your first time.
Way to be a terrible noob and still place in the top half.
If he's a terrible dude, what's that make me?
That makes you a horrible roller is what it makes you.
You are a welcoming veteran that
This isn't free. Which I still need. I still need the cover charge. Okay, Scott. So you get a Bigfoot.
That's a pretty cool model. It's not to do very often, but it is cool. It is cool. And we'll get it there.
So
Stop scrappy, Derek. Appreciate that.
now,
You're
here's the
welcome.
weird part. Don and Derek tied.
We tied for worst place. What about kill points?
You edged him out by like 200.
But you actually had a win. So
I won. Well, yeah, I won and still came in last place. There you go.
The problem is first round you got hurt real hard. Second round you didn't get very much. Yeah. Third round you did okay, but yeah,
I was just mediocre throughout.
You were yeoman-like suffering
just
throughout.
steady. He was steady enough to keep the points.
I played just badly enough to not be as bad as you at your worst.
So you've got blisters to pick from, and I don't know if you want to pick a blister.
Oh, geez.
And then thus fourth was Derek. Derek.
Me?
And then we have a special prize for you.
It's foreground.
It's foreground.
Cool. Well, thank you.
So the nice buildings.
Yeah, that's sharp.
It's 5, right?
It's 5.
I don't have to
I have
paint.
10, so trade you?
So we'll trade you.
Yeah, I'll take
I
some
don't
fun.
have to paint, but it will take twice as long to assemble.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
I think I might have one. Just a second.
Everyone's just throwing money at him.
If he doesn't, I've got a 5. I'll trade you a 5 for 20. We're good.
He paid me earlier.
Did you pay?
No, I'm trying to record though.
He's trying to record.
Trying
He's trying to record the exchange of money.
Yeah.
Just trying to get out of hand.
So that later you can be like,
That
I
got
have,
Robert
I
Kraft
have
in
a,
trouble
I have
right
a
there.
record of cash
Being on video.
Thank you very much for coming, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Definitely.
And thanks for watching, guys.